A time to laugh is one of those seasons you wish would never end. It's a time when the intoxicating effect of laughter enwraps you in such complete joy that all those things that cause everything but laughter are cast aside. Teresa's season of laughter was in her college years, some 30 years ago. Since then, the time sure did pass. Too bad she couldn't remember the fun parts. Let's see, there had to be some fun in there somewhere. There was her wedding, the birth of her children, the job she once loved. Surely that was fun. The marriage was even fun at one time. Now it too had turned into a real joke. But in the coming week, Teresa was going to have some real fun. She and 3 of her college friends were going on a cruise celebrating their 50th birthdays. Teresa couldn't wait for her getaway to recapture the joyous pain of laughing until it hurts. Over the years, there was nothing they had not been through, the good, the bad, and even some of the ugly. But the part they cherished the most, that time to laugh, was often the most evasive. A season of laughter was so serendipitous, you couldn't buy it or make it happen on your own, though at some point they all tried. As they gathered for dinner the night before they set sail, it was nothing short of side-splitting hilarity. The contagious laughter that continually erupted from their table reverberated throughout the room. Remember that party we went to with that man you were going out with? He had that little apartment that looked like a cheesy Playboy mansion. If Hugh Hefner could have seen that thing, he would have bitch-slapped him all over the grotto. He really thought he was a playboy because he had a car and a suit. Come on now, he did look good in both of them, and you all know it. There he was, riding around with 4 college girls like he was some kind of pimp with a heart. You ladies don't have anything to worry about. Big Daddy's here to look out for you, and I got a magic wand, and I'm going to work my powers on you, little lady. Poor fool. He was actually serious, and let me tell you, there was no magic in that wand of his. He tried to get us drunk on this concoction he made so he could play knight in shining armor. Then we switched the drinks up on him and he got completely wasted. He couldn't even stand up. Maybe you should have drank it. His magic wand might not have been so bad. Trust me, honey, there was no potion that could help that thing. Remember, we took all his clothes and his keys, left him posed and naked laying in his bed with this magic wand in his hand, and drove ourselves home in his car. The next day he comes knocking at the door, barefoot and pants that came to his ankles saying, "Baby, can I have my stuff?" He stood out there begging for hours. The lady next door was so sick of him, she came out into the hall and started beating him with her broom, saying, "You damn fool, you let them girls do this to you? You ought to be ashamed of yourself." He was crying like a girl. And remember, the guy across the hall sat in a lawn chair telling him what he should say to try to get you to open the door, like we couldn't hear them out there. It was hilarious. We handed him his stuff one piece at a time when he came up with a good one, and then took some of it back when he said something stupid. Do you know he called the next weekend and asked me if I wanted to go out with him again? And we went, and remember, we did the same thing. But there were some good ones in there too. Remember Kenny? What about James? My, that man had it going on. Yeah, with you and every woman in the city. No, honey, it was Roderick. Phew. Am I having a hot flash or a flashback? Does it really matter? And Leon, because he could give a girl that special glow, who was also very gay. Where was your mind with that one? It was glowing from the neon, I guess. That man bounced and twisted more when he walked in a runway model during Fashion Week. He was just a metrosexual before his time. He was a homosexual before his time. The man didn't come out the closet. He danced out, singing "It's Raining Men." The laughter was even louder and more raucous than before. Teresa hadn't laughed this hard and this much in a long, long time. They all dabbed their eyes from the tears of laughter as they doubled over from the pain. Boy, did it ever feel good. The laughter continued to erupt, drowning Teresa in a euphoric joy she inhaled till she couldn't take another breath. It was a drug, and the beauty of it had no unwanted after effects. More, please. The next day, once aboard their cruise ship, they unpacked, opened the doors to their adjoining cabins, and settled in for their first night on the high seas. Teresa's cabin mate and best friend, Lisa, emerged in a sexy negligee. There was always one who never changed, and Lisa was it. Teresa looked at her, not believing what she saw. "Will you all come in here and see what she has on?" They all paraded into Teresa's cabin, eager to see what awaited them. What is that? You're not supposed to actually sleep in something like that, are you? Don't you all encourage her, said Teresa, savoring every minute. But I do have one question. Where are you planning to sleep in that thing tonight? And with who? You haven't even been to dinner yet, you slut. Lisa wasn't the least bit concerned about their comments. I cannot believe this. You all have turned into a bunch of old women. It was true that they didn't care. They were too caught up in the laughter and memories of bygone days. Lisa was still the same glamour girl she was in college and hadn't changed a bit. But that wasn't Teresa. As much as she wanted things to remain the same, the more everything around her continued to change. Ladies, tomorrow is disco night, so rest up. You're going to need it, said Lisa. Remember, we're here to have fun, so get your dancing shoes on. We're going to dance the night away. Oh, do we have to? Hold on, I've got to get my camera. The disco queen lives. Undeterred by their comments, Lisa sang out her own rendition of It's Raining Men, accompanied by a bump and grind that would make a well-seasoned stripper blush. Teresa hadn't experienced the soothing joy that came from a time of laughter like this one since her college days with the same group of friends around her. For everything, there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven. There is a time to laugh. Psalm 126 says, "Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy." Teresa now had a special appreciation for these times to laugh whenever they came, for it had the magical power to carry her through those things that weren't